Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing this look for you. I got some comments in my first video I posted with this palette that they wanted to see some more neutral colors, that I know a lot of people were using those colors that I used in my first video. So a lot of people were using the purples and the pinks and the orange and the yellow and all that stuff and whatever. But I mean, that is kind of why you bought this palette probably, and what kind of first drew me into the palette was those colors. But I decided today to do a more neutral look using the neutrals, using some of the dark red colors. So yeah, that is what I did today. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I will also show you my face routine as well that I did, because I feel like this face routine has been working really well for me. Very long wearing, really beautiful, luminous, dewy, full coverage. Love it. So I will show you that as well. So if you want to see how I got this look, how I do my skin and everything else, then please just keep on watching. Okay guys, so to start off my look today, I'm going to be doing what I always do, and I'm going to be priming my eye with my e.l.f. concealer that I've apparently lost. Okay, here it is. So I'm going to use just my e.l.f. Camo concealer to prime. So obviously we are going to be using this palette again today, the Beautiful. But I did have a fair few bit of people wanting me to use some of the other colors, because I know the colors I used were kind of like popular in terms of what people were using for tutorials, like first tutorials for this palette. So I get that. So first, before I do anything, I'm going to take this e.l.f. tape. You can get this like at Ulta. I don't know if I've seen it anywhere else, but I know it's at Ulta, and it's from e.l.f. and it's only $2 for a pack of like a million of them. And I'm just going to use this to create like a sharp edge today for this look. So I'm going to try to get this in a similar angle as the other side. I know it's not going to be perfect, but as long as it's close, that's all I care about. Okay, I think that's pretty close. All right, so to start off with the shadow, I'm going to first dip into the shade Crazy. I had mentioned in my last video when I did this, where I used this palette, that was definitely like my one of my number one most, like, I don't know, the color I was kind of most excited for. And girl, this color does not disappoint. So just check this out. So obviously we got our primer on like I would usually do. So let's go in with this shade Crazy. I'm going to start by packing this all in my outer corner, and we're going to get quite a bit of this all over. You can see this color is just like the name says. It's literally crazy how pigmented this color is. So yeah, I'm just kind of packing this, and I'm packing it in sort of like a winged shape, because that's what we're going for today. And then I'm going to very slightly bring it in my crease. We're going to bring it in the crease more, but to start off, I'm just going to put it like a tiny bit across, like maybe like halfway. Okay, so that's looking good so far. I'm now going to take this guy, that brush I just used with the Morphe GH40, and this is the Jeffree Star JS6 brush. So now I'm going to go in with the shade Perfectionist, which is on the top row. It's this guy here. It's definitely, I would say, the lightest of these transition shades. And I'm going to start this on the inner corner, and I'm going to start blending this across my crease. We're going to take this pretty high. We will go in with this color a second time after we do a couple more steps, but this is sort of just the initial laying down of this shade. And I'm going to take this above that kind of deep color we used first. So I'm not really touching that shade Crazy right now. We're kind of just going like above and a little bit past that color. All right, once I have a good layer of that done, we're gonna go into the top corner of the palette and take the shade Thick Skin right here. And now I'm gonna get this kind of like deeper in the crease. And this is the shade I'm gonna use to start blending out the deep color. I'm using the same brush, and I'm just gonna go along the edge of that deep color and really buff that out. I like having this taped down, because then I feel like you just get like such a really beautiful soft blend when you take it off. Like that edge is like extra crispy. Okay, and now that that is down, I'm gonna go back in with Crazy and this smaller brush, and this is where we're going to start to pull this color into the crease a little more. I just wanted to have those blending shades down first so that this shade, as I'm pulling it into the inner corner, it's not coming off like too dark on this inner part. So we'll still get a little bit of depth, and we'll still get a little bit of that pretty like deep pinky red color, but it's just going to be a little softer because it's going to be mixing with those other crease colors. And then taking a tiny bit more thick skin, and I'm just using that to blend the edge of Crazy into the lid area so that it's not so harsh. So when we go with our lid color, there won't be such, there won't be such an obvious like difference in the depth from the outer corner to the lid. And then before I go in my lid shade, I'm gonna go in the bottom corner and take the shade Temptress, which is the black shade. Now some of these matte shades look like they have shimmer in them, but when you put them on, they just look matte. And this one definitely does look like it has shimmer in it, but it's definitely just matte. And I'm going to tap this, I'm gonna tap this in the outer corner, kind of wipe off my brush a little bit, and then just soften that out so we're getting the depth, but it's not like taking over the whole look. Okay, so now we're gonna do the lid. I'm gonna be taking the Peaches and Cream glitter base, as I always do when I use shimmers. And I'm just gonna take a little bit of this on my finger, and I'm just gonna dab this all over my lid. And I'm focusing most of it like right there on that spot where I don't have any color. But then, as usual, I'm going to take kind of the excess and just really lightly dab that up towards my crease. Okay guys, I am so sorry. I just realized my stupid camera was not recording all the things I just did. So I was just talking about how I was putting on my Peaches and Cream glitter base. I put that on my lid. Gosh, I'm so annoyed. Okay, and then I used the shades Drama Queen and Rider Diamonds on my lid, and I just put them on with my finger. I put the Drama Queen shade all over, and then I put the Rider Diamond shade just on the inner part and on the inner corner of my eye, and that's all I've done since then. I hate my camera sometimes. Like, I didn't even know how I didn't notice it wasn't recording. Okay, so at this point, I'm just going to like touch up wherever I feel like I need to. So I'm gonna add more black right here, and then I'm gonna get a little more blend right here. I have very prominent like bones in my face, I feel like. So like my brow bone here is really prominent. So like, you know how sometimes when you look at my eyeshadow, if I do this, it almost looks like it's like goes in and then it goes like that, and it's like not straight, but it is straight. You see? It's just when I look straight ahead, that bone sticks out and it makes it look bendy. Does anyone else ever have that issue? I have that issue all the time, and it's so annoying. So like right now when I look to the side, I feel like this all looks very blended, but when I look straight ahead, you can see like the bends in my face. Last step I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a big fat blending brush. This one's from BH Cosmetics. And I'm gonna take the shade Perfectionist, which was that first lightest crease shade we used. And I'm just gonna take this and like dust it literally on my brow bone and all around the edges of everything, because I just wanted to make sure you really saw that like warmth going on around the edges of everything and make sure everything looks super soft. Okay, so now we can remove our tape, and that's so much less violent than if you were to use regular tape. Like this tape, it's like surgical tape, so it's very gentle on your eyeball. So I'm just going to kind of blend in my concealer one more time and kind of just touch this up after having that tape down there. Okay, and now we're gonna work on the lower lash line. So I'm using my e.l.f. No Budge liner in the shade Black. Of course, this is the darkest black, longest wearing eye pencil I have found, I feel like ever. And it's, I think, $4. It's either $4 or $5, which is crazy. And I'm just doing like I usually do. I'm putting on my waterline, but then I am taking it like underneath my lower lash line because today we are going for that really dark smokiness under there. I'm going to take this Morphe brush from the Holiday Eye Brush Set, and I'm just going to kind of soften this out a little bit before I put shadow on top of it. I'm then going to go into the shade Crazy, the deep plummy red. And I'm going to start blending this down. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but I am taking this kind of on the bottom part of that black liner. Like I'm not getting this all the way to my lash line. I'm kind of trying to take it down a little lower and use this to kind of buff out the black because we are going to put some black right there at the top, but I like to wait to do that till the end so that the black doesn't like fully take over everything. And then I'm going to go in with the JH40 and the shade Thick Skin, which was that top corner color. And I'm going to use this to blend under the deep shade. Now, until I touch up my concealer under my eye, it's going to look like I have like black eye because of the shades and how the undertones are, but I'm living for it a little bit, you know? And then now I'm going to go back in with this brush and the black shade Temptress. And now I'm going to set really close to the lashes and where the liner is. And I'm trying not to go overboard with this. So I'm taking just the tiniest little dab to set that area. And then just really softly buff it a little bit. Okay, so you see we get that nice like dark smokiness, but then you can still see all the other colors underneath because we went in with the black last. Okay, so I'm now gonna do just lashes and mascara as usual. It's kind of boring, so I don't show it. Today I am again using my NABLA Major Pleasure Mascara. I've been really loving this. And then for lashes today, I'm gonna use the Velour lashes in the style Wispy on the Rocks, which is a beautiful, nice, pretty wispy pair. So yeah, I'm gonna put those on and I will be right back. All right guys, so eyes are done, looking cute. My lash is poking me and I don't think it's a lash, I think it is me putting them on wrong. So let's move on to some face makeup. I already have a ton of the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream on my face because my face is feeling really dry right now. And so I kind of put a lot of that on. I also did dermaplane my face today, which was kind of sketchy. If you notice, I cut myself because this is my first time using any kind of dermaplaning tool. So, you know, your girl did not know what she was doing, okay? But I tried my best. This is this one right here. It's from Revlon. I guess it's their newer, I think these are new from them, dermaplaning tool. It definitely got off like all my peach fuzz, which I've never done before. So I'm like sketched about that. I'm like, is my hair gonna grow in like thicker or darker? I don't know. I have blonde hair and my mustache was blonde. So I never like waxed it before or shaved it or anything. And obviously that tool took it off. So I really hope it doesn't come in thicker and darker. Would be ideal. But yeah, and then I cut myself while I was doing that, which was super fun. So let's do face makeup. I'm going to be using kind of just my usual stuff. I'm not going to like overly explain in this. I want to show you just because I feel like this combo was working really well for me. So I want to show you guys what I'm using. But again, I'm not going to like over explain this part as I am right now because I just don't want to take that much time because obviously it's about the eye makeup and how all that turned out. So I'm going to use my, like I said, I'm going to use my Double Wear. I'm going to touch up my e.l.f. concealer under my eyes on the high points of my face. I'm going to set with my Maybelline loose powder. And then I'm going to go in and set the rest of my face with this Too Faced Turn Off the Light palette. I have the medium one. I'm going to use the middle shade. And then for bronzer, I'm going to use my Revlon Skin Lights bronzer. This is the same exact routine I did in my last video. I'm gonna use my ALAMAR Cosmetics Blush Trio, except today I'm gonna probably go for this toasted shade, the more pinky mauve shade to go with this eye look. And then for highlight, I'm also gonna use this Too Faced palette. And then I'm gonna throw on my brows. I'm using my Benefit Gimme Brow with my Precisely My Brow pencil, which is currently like my routine I've been doing. and then I will figure out what I want to do for my lip after that. So yeah, I'm gonna do all that first. Okay, so face makeup done. For my lip, I'm actually going to go in with this little combo. I'm gonna use the ColourPop lip pencil in the shade Oh Snap, and then I'm gonna use the Morphe lipstick in the shade Flirt. Okay, and then to finish off the look, I'm just going to use some setting spray. This is the new Morphe Luminous setting spray. I was very intrigued when I saw this, and I was like, oh no, it's a spray bottle, because I feel like the thing when people love about Morphe spray, it's good, but it also has that, like, you know, the continuous thing, and I'm just like, oh, I love that. And then this one is just a spray, so I was like, oh. But guys, watch this. Look at this mist. Okay, ready? It's so light still, like they got a really good nozzle on here. So yeah, I'm gonna use this. So it says it's got, sorry, I wanna keep going. It says it's got coconut water in it, among other things. You can smell a little bit of coconut, but otherwise it smells just like a very light, like soft, really pretty, fresh kind of fragrance. I generally don't like fragrance and things. I don't know, like it smells really good, and it's very like subtle and soft, so it's not overpowering. But yeah, that is the finished look. My second look, not fourth, second look with this Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. Love it just as much as the first one. I really love how this turned out. Hope you guys liked it too. Thank you so much for watching as always. Please let me know if you want to see any more looks, any other color combinations with this palette, and I will see you next time. Bye!